T3 Media.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Through the Medias. I'm your host, Chris Fagan, and tonight we're going to be talking a lot about the news that came out about the Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday casting, who's in it, who was revealed, and hopefully we might talk about some speculations of who we think should be in it or will be in it. We're also going to do a quick little recap review of the latest Daredevil. So it's all Marvel on this one right now. We are going to do an episode on Saturday, but you know, so with all the news that was coming out, I was like, you know what, let me just come in and just do something real quick. So we are here, and also joining me here, as always, the woman that I'm always hoping that stays safe and be careful, because she's always making me worried about her, and I love her so much, and I don't want anything to happen to her. She knows she knows I'm very anxious today, so I'm treating her like what am I treating? I'm like fragile. Yeah, that's it. Joey Fagan. Or I'm just trying to get brownie points because I'm always in the doghouse. But guys, we're going to talk a lot about what's going on with those things. So if you have anything to share, if you want to join us in the chat, let us know what you guys want to talk about. Tag us on social media. Tag us at T3 Media Studios on topics that you guys come across. If you see something, say something. Tag us and we'll shout you out here on the show live. I also put something out on social media saying, if you see something interesting, if you're a viewer of this channel, or if you want to communicate with us or engage with us or be a part of the channel, get a shout out real quick and we'll make you a part of the show. Tag us in something that you see on social media. Say T3 Media Studios, and let's talk about this, and we'll do so. Okay, so let's get right into it. First, let me make sure that I have everything set up. I might not, but the first thing I want to do is talk a little bit about Daredevil. Let me see if did I get it fixed? Nope, I did not. So, all right, here we go. I was trying to be all fancy with like a little recap episode thing going on, but there we go. Daredevil episode. Well, we'll start with episode 5, and we'll move on to episode. What was it? This week was what? 4, it was just 5 and 6, right? Mm-hmm. It was we got a double episode. Real quick, just give your overall thoughts. What do you think about the episode? This was the bank one, right?
The bank one.
What do you think about it, and your thoughts on Daredevil so far?
I mean, I enjoyed it. We got a little. I mean, I guess if you want to call it a cameo, mm-hmm. with the Kamala's Miss Marvel's dad, mm-hmm. bragging about his daughter with his Funko. But like, why would you mention her name?
You think
just for no good reason, just because
you think she's gonna? Do you think she's gonna pop up? I mean, she's already moved up to the big time in the movies. Do you think she's gonna slump it back down?
Well,
to
the
TV?
movie didn't do well. So.
Oh, that's true. It's like nobody saw it. I don't know. I just felt like people were saying like this was a filler episode. I honestly think that whatever that deal was with that diamond. And the whole him embracing that he is Daredevil again. I think that's what that episode was about. I don't
necessarily think of it as a filler. Mm-hmm. I think they pointed out a lot of little things they wanted you to see.
Yeah.
Easter eggs, if you will, whatever.
Yeah. That
will come back at a later date.
Big time. Especially that guy with the broken leg now. He's going to limp back. Yeah. I mean, I'm still on the fence on. So Daredevil he's trying to get bank loans, right? And
for his
business, and he's getting turned down left and right. Kamala's dad is I don't know if they mentioned that in the other series that he's a banker or assistant manager, but it was cool to see him there. And then just so happens that the bank is getting robbed, and he had to go in like stealth mode. It's become Daredevil again. I think like I said, I feel like this was the moment where he embraced that. Yes, I'm back. Like John Wick, I'm thinking I'm back. I'm thinking that the detective, the negotiator, she's obviously somebody. Maybe she's going to be like an ally.
She was in the next one.
She was in the next one, yeah.
I know you felt like the bank manager being MIA means something.
either the bank manager was in on it or it was Fisk. That I feel like Fisk has been dropping little landmines all over Matt to trigger him to get back into the business. Maybe he's doing it on purpose because he feels like he's not Kingpin unless there's a Daredevil out there. Maybe that's what's going on. I feel like he's purposely setting him up to push him, or maybe just to push him so he can finally have a legal excuse to expose him. Because what the Ben Affleck movie showed us that when Michael Clark Duncan, when he was Kingpin, when he figured out it was Daredevil, and he's like, I'll tell everybody who you are, and Ben Affleck was like, yeah, all right, go ahead, tell the world that you got beat by a blind man. It's going to be like blood in the water in prison. So it was like a honor system kind of a thing, like no snitch. He doesn't want to snitch. So I feel like Kingpin is trying to put him in a position to expose himself, for Matt to expose himself, so he won't be called a snitch. That's what I feel like. Either that or the bank manager was the one setting it. But no, I think Fisk is setting that up. But there were some things that popped up. Let me see if I have it all set up here. There were some things out on, I think it was Twitter, where people were saying. So let's see what some people were saying. So on X, Evan PME, it's official PME, says episode 5 of Daredevil Born Again is brilliant and feels like the calm before the eventual eventual storm to come. As far as filler episodes go, this was hands down one of the best I've seen in a minute. Also, Ms. Marvel being mentioned and the Champions teas were good fun too. Champions, who was, I don't remember the Champions being mentioned, but I mean, but that goes to exactly what you were saying. If this would be considered a filler episode, and when filler episodes are usually what, like TV shows that just have nothing to do with the overall plot, right? Just a nothing burger kind of a thing. But we don't think this counts as a filler because we feel like it was a lot of important stuff. It might have been subtle, but we saw a lot of things. And PME also includes a couple of scenes in there. You know, Matt realizing the bank is getting robbed, and the Funko Pop, Ms. Marvel, and the cool fight scene at the end where he looked a little rusty, but finally, got that leg,
choking the bank guy out while catching the gun to keep it from falling,
making noise. Yeah, he showed he was rusty. Yeah. That's what was cool about it, that he showed his ring rust out there. But it was pretty cool overall. Also, for another a former guest here on the show, Sean Chandler on Twitter also said Daredevil Born Again episode 5 is a jarring tonal story and vibe shift, but I really like that it actually felt like an episode of television. It did feel like it's like a regular episode of television. He goes on, our hero has 40 minutes to get out of a situation. It's baffling that they're taking this long to get into the suit, though. I guess that was his only complaint, that it's taking that long to get in the suit. What do you think about that take?
I mean, to me, like, filler episodes, a lot of times they're boring.
Mm-hmm.
And you're watching the clock like, this really?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it went really quickly. And I wasn't bored or like, that's it? That's all we're going to do? I felt like we made movements. We saw some things. So I wasn't disappointed.
I think that, but the only thing he said he was disappointed in was the idea that it's taking him so long to suit up.
Well,
but then he finally did it the very next episode. And that was I guess that's a good segue into the next episode.
Well, and it fit together with the next episode, anyways.
Yeah, there was a reason why these two episodes had to be back to back. I feel like it was like a yin yang kind of a thing. I don't know why, but it felt
well, and then him finally getting into the suit was parallel with Fisk also releasing,
letting it out,
letting the beast out as well. So you kept getting the back and forth parallel between the two of them, doing the same thing, but one's saving one and one's ending one.
No, we talked about this yesterday. We said he has deniability. If he killed her, exactly, he was coming. Yeah, he's coming right at me.
No one needs to know I gave it to him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where that axe came from, but your boyfriend got his ass whooped because he came at me with an axe. He gave him a chance. I mean, it was like it was a perfect deniability. So if he ended him in that moment, is it Jessica? What's her name? Jessica. Vanessa, what's her name?
Vanessa.
Yeah, she can't blame me. Dude had an axe. What was I supposed to do? Like, now, if she says, where did the axe come from?
Of course, he's not admitted to her that he has her boyfriend. He keeps telling her, I've never seen him. Like, I don't know where he went.
Speaking about pulling the strings, she's pulling the strings to get him to turn back into the king.
Well, yeah, because it's messing with their business.
Mm-hmm.
That she's basically taking over and running.
Yeah.
Seems to enjoy running, so...
Yeah. She likes the criminal side of Wilson. I mean, the mayor makes she's never been drier, is what they say.
I guess. Or at least she wants him to be a corrupt mayor and make it work to their advantage.
Just like the current New York mayor. But guys, let's go into that. That's a good segue into episode 6. I think I still got 5 on it, but for episode 6, when we said, we finally got to see him suit up and everything. That I got something here. I think kind of narrows it down pretty good. Let me see if it'll work on here. Let me move down to full screen. I'm sorry, it's not working. There we go. Episode 6. Is that it? No. There we go. No. Okay, no, that's the wrong thing. Oh, wrong one. Here it is. Sorry, guys. There we go. Hope the volume works on it. Let's see if I can make this work here. Let me know.
The ending of episode 6 in particular was absolutely insane. Spoilers. Bro, whoever had the idea to intercut Daredevil and Kingpin falling back into their old habits needs to get a raise. For the past few episodes, we've basically been seeing these guys pushed to the brink, trying to be different. And seeing Fisk's rage, seeing Matt's rage, bro, it was just beautiful. And also the callback to the first episode where he's listening to Ayala's heartbeat just like he was Foggy's. And right when he's about to kill Muse, he stops this time and goes to save Ayala. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm genuinely terrified about this anti-vigilante task force. And I cannot wait to see Frank's reaction to it, because they're obviously copying the Punisher's aesthetic and logo. And a lot of people have been theorizing that season 2 is going to be about Daredevil on the run alongside all the other vigilantes. Obviously not Spider-Man, because Sony is stingy with him. But this art is still dope. I can't wait to see Muse return. I'm curious to see how they adapt his powers, because it doesn't seem like he was using them in this first battle. And if you don't know, his powers are basically he can just turn himself invisible and like be non-detectable. They mentioned that he's not on cameras. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that. Obviously, we have Dex coming back, Bullseye. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget to follow for more, please. What was your favorite part of this episode?
Now, that came from, on TikTok, it came from, was it OG Brown Nerd? OG Brown Nerd. So yeah, I didn't know that was his power. That if that is his powers and they're introducing it, that explains how he got away. Because Daredevil should have been able to track him, but maybe I heard something on like he's also a part of the Hand, or was resurrected by the Hand or something like that. So maybe he's got some ninja skills or some kind of magic or something like that. But if he's stealthy to the point where he can even be undetected even by Daredevil, that would explain why Matt hasn't been able to sniff him out faster at all. But he was able to find Punisher like real quick, but this guy just vanished, and I thought that was weird. I was like, okay, he ran away, go find him. But if that's his power, which I didn't know, now that makes sense. But on his video, a couple of comments came up. He says, "I wonder how far." This is from Rez Kid. "I wonder how far they're going to push Muse. I think he can get super dark." I feel like he's already dark.
Yeah, the fact that he's using people's blood to paint with.
Unless that's nothing compared to what he's done in the comic book. Unless that's what he means. Like Ali Bajak says, I think he'll be ended, and when he comes back, maybe he uses them. I don't know, but he's perfect. Maybe that's the situation. Maybe he has to be unalive first, and then the Hand will come in and resurrect him, like they've done in previous Netflix episodes. Mason says, I think they hinted at Muse's powers because he was able to escape without Daredevil noticing. Yeah, that was my opinion. And he said Daredevil noticed, but they didn't mention he's avoiding cameras early, so maybe he's still learning. Maybe that's a theory. Rise Crownshaw says, "Nah, the ending of this episode was absolutely unreal." I guess he means that in a good way. Let me end it off with this. Funny enough, it's not. This is from Silver. Funny enough, it's not just Punisher that a Task Force suit kind of looks like Daredevil's first few suits as well, especially the stomach area. That's interesting because I remember the guy who made Daredevil's suit. Is that? I thought he was. Either he left town or did he pass away? No, Daredevil safe. If that guy's still alive, the guy who made Daredevil's suit, if they're not going to go with that that suit maker that they used in She-Hulk, if they go with the guy who originally made Daredevil's suit, maybe Kingpin found him. Maybe I think that's what he was. I think he was on the run because he was in love too, and he was being blackmailed by by Kingpin, and that's what he was afraid of. So Daredevil convinced him, make me a suit, and I'll protect you. Maybe Kingpin found a way to get him. Maybe that's who made those suits. Because if those suits are mimicking Daredevil's original suit, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Maybe that guy's still out there making suits, and that's probably what's going on with that. But yeah, good observation on a lot of those things, guys. And like I said, if you got anybody else that's out there, if you have any observations you want to throw into it, let us know. Like I said, we thought the episodes were really good. I enjoyed them both equally, but in opposite ways. I mean, the first one was more lighthearted and more like I said, beat the clock, thrilling. The second one was like dark in those very good dark ways.
A little suspect of Daredevil's girlfriend.
I totally think she's sus
about writing a book about vigilantes and masks and
yeah. How does she? The whole the bringing up. Well, you worked with Punisher and stuff too. Like, yeah, you just, I don't know.
Well, she said you worked with Daredevil.
Yeah, you were. How would you know? It's interesting. Like, I don't trust her at all. I just feel like, and of course, Matt can't be happy. You can't have that. Let us know what you guys think. What's your theories about Daredevil upcoming? Are you enjoying the episodes? And let us know in the box and comment on it, and we'll talk about it in the future. Okay, moving on to the main topic for I guess it's like why is that trending? So what was trending all day yesterday, and I was like, I need to do a reaction to this because everybody's talking about it. It's the big news. So whether I don't know if it's brilliant marketing or if it was the worst marketing in the world, but Marvel yesterday they on their X account, they showed the back of chairs with names on them. And this is how, in every 12 minutes, they would reveal another name. So it was like hours and hours. The whole day was going by where Marvel Studios was revealing who was being cast in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. And I guess that's the question. Was it brilliant or was it lame? I mean, I guess I'll ask you, what do you think about the whole concept of that? Instead of like Kevin Feige getting out there with a crowd of people with a big screen behind him going, and here, let's introduce, we got this guy, we have these Mahershala Ali and stuff. What do you think about this whole idea of just showing a chair?
Well, it's probably a combination of lazy and brilliant at the same time. It's like, yeah, you don't have to put forth a lot of effort because it's just names on chairs.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant because people are going to watch all day. Because they want to see what we're going to put.
There were some channels that we know of that were like glued to it. It was like chair watch. They were just glued to it. They're going to show another chair. T2. It was like the Royal Rumble. Every minute another wrestler would come out. I'm like, dude. I'm like, no. I'll talk about this tomorrow when I have a little bit more hindsight. But no, the brilliantly lame, I guess, is what we'll label it. But let's run down a little of some of these names. I'm gonna go on. What was the website? It was on Deadline. I think I have it here. Let me make sure I got it up here. We go back to full screen real quick. Yeah, from Deadline. Let's see. Avengers Doomsday cast photos. All the actors confirmed for the Marvel movie. But before we go into that, is it Garuda Legends? What's going on, man? How you doing? I would like to catch Daredevil, but I am stuck on too many TV shows. I heard it is good, and it is. It's good. It is good. Is this the same Daredevil from the She-Hulk show? Yes, it is. It is.
And from the original.
But it's also show. They've merged it. So technically, yes, everything that happened in She-Hulk, is canon. It is the same Daredevil, but it's also the same Daredevil from the Netflix show. So, and I thought that they were going to just pretend like the She-Hulk stuff never happened, but there was I think if I remember correctly, like on episode 1 or 2, there was like a mention. Something like, correct me, you guys, if I know I'm not misremembering that. He said something that acknowledged She-Hulk, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember that happened. Like there was a brief, like a one-line thing. Not that like he did the walk of shame, or not that I had a sexy time with a green woman. It wasn't nothing like that as vague as that. But I remember specifically that there was a little yes, same, the Daredevil just the same. But it is also the exact same. This is 5 years after everything that happened on the Netflix series too. I am sadly a She-Hulk fan. Don't be sad about it. I want her to come back. I am still hoping that whether it's, I feel like litigation would make more sense. Like not as She-Hulk, but as in a lawyer sense. Like she can be come in and give guidance or something. And I don't know, a booty call. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping for it. All right, but let's talk about this Doomsday casting that's going on right now. So real quick, let's run it down. It comes in from Deadline. The Avengers are assembling again for Avengers Doomsday, and Marvel is confirming the actors and superheroes appearing in the next installment. Chris Hemsworth, Thor. Well, we'll go down the names real fast. So we'll run down the names by revealing the poster. I don't know if this was chair number 1. Maybe it was. Maybe this is the order. But the first chair came up. Chris. Any surprise here that Thor is going to be in it? Scroll through the photo gallery below to see which actors plays. Okay, Doomsday. Okay, all right. So Thor. We got Chris Hemsworth. Also, we have Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, Captain America. And it officially says, and I think at the end of Brave New World, didn't it say Captain America will return? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boom. No, he's not getting demoted back to Falcon. All right. I'm not surprised, but this makes me curious of how the Fantastic Four movie is going to end. Like, are they from the 616 universe and they got stuck in this universe that they're in right now in the 60s, and then they're going to find their way back at the end of the movie? Or are they from that universe and then just, I don't know. This confirms that something messed up, in my opinion. I feel like this confirms that something messed up is going to happen at the end of the Fantastic Four movie. Because I can see them being in the Secret Wars one, but for them to be in the Doomsday one, I don't know. Is Robert Downey Jr. their what is it called? Their Doctor Doom? I mean, does Doctor Doom look like Robert Downey Jr.? Does he always look like Robert Downey Jr. to them? Or will this be the first time they see Robert Downey Jr.?
We got Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. We got Paul Rudd. Ant-Man. And no, come on, no surprise there. You can't have an Avengers without Paul Rudd. I feel like since this is a multiverse thing, the question with Paul Rudd would be, will there be any Kang references though? Obviously, Kang. This was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, so it makes sense that Ant-Man is going to be in it because this was directly tied to what was going on with Quantumania. So I wonder if they're going to still keep the same talking points, the same if Kang is going to be mentioned. I feel like if Paul Rudd is going to be in it, which we all knew he was, Kang is going to be mentioned. But that's the question. All right. Now, I heard people with Florence Pugh being shown. I heard people saying stuff like, by showing Florence Pugh, you're spoiling the fact that she survives the Thunderbolts movie. Do you agree with that?
Well, we don't really know necessarily the time. I mean, we know which one comes out first, but
no, I think Doomsday takes place, time wise, would take place after the events of Thunderbolts.
Okay. Well, good.
Campy was saying that it doesn't confirm that that could be a multiverse. Yelena, that could be a multiverse Black Widow from some other universe, and we don't know that, which is a good point. It is the multiverse saga, but I love Florence Pugh. I think she's and there's another Thunderbolt right there. I think it more confirms that we won't see Scarlett Johansson. So I think that really is what it just really confirms.
Captain America.
We got Walmart Captain America, Temu, Temu Captain, John Walker, the U.S. agent, of course. I want to see that Thunderbolts movie. That's what makes it. Now, this was a surprise for me. Last time we saw him was when they were in Houston here at the Comic Palooza.
Yeah.
Comic Palooza. So we have Namor will be but at what extent though? Is there going to be an attack on Atlantis? Is there an attack on Wakanda? It seems like every time there's an Avengers movie now, there's always an attack on Wakanda, and then I don't know. But that was an interesting one to me. Any thoughts on Namor or where this one?
I liked him.
Thought he was great. Boom. What do you think? Shang-Chi is back.
Yeah.
Finally. We can't get the TV show that they promised. We can't get a sequel in enough time, but Doomsday, he will again, I guess they kind of hinted that the rings that he had was, like, I don't know, they're cosmically connected with other items, and people were thinking that that's what Kang was doing. There was a lot of things that he hid throughout time, like the rings and stuff like that. It all belongs to Kang. I wonder if they're going to still go with that storyline. If Kang's rings if those were Kang's rings, and was trying to get him back, but since now it's Doctor Doom, will he now say it was Doctor? I don't know. And of course,
Bucky.
Of course, we got Bucky. Of course, so that's pretty much all the Thunderbolts so far. They're just spoiling. Oh, look at it says Bucky / White Wolf. So he's gonna keep that Avenger, that Wakanda name. What did they call that other agent? Colonizer. That's what she called him, Colonizer. And they call her Shuri / Black Panther. Like straight up, like that's. I'm still thinking by Secret Wars, like she will no longer be the Black Panther. So I'm wondering if something's gonna happen to her. Like if she's going to give the mantle to her nephew, or she's going to give a mantle to a multiverse version of her brother, or is she going to pass away? What do you think? What would you prefer?
I prefer her to just say, I want to focus on my
science projects.
Yeah.
Which is the original storyline. Yeah, big time. And then like passes it off to her brother. There we go. Another Fantastic Four character. Ben Grimm, the Thing, Ebon Moss, what is it, Backrock? Backrock? I can't say that. Cousin from the Bear. But yeah, so all the Fantastic Four. Let's see, scrolling down. Not surprised that, but there, Kelsey Grammer. Did you know about that?
Mm-mm.
There you go. What do you think? Now the question is he going to be this? Are we getting this Beast, or the Beast that he voiced when it was a CGI at the end of the Marvels, when she got stuck in the other universe, Rambo, and she woke up and she was in the bed when Beast was there? That is it going to be prosthetic Beast or CG Beast? What do you? What would you?
Well, I didn't watch any of those.
Oh yeah, that's right. We still have to do a first time watching. of all those Fox. We got to do my wife has to do a first time watching of the Fox Marvel stuff because Doomsday is not going to make any sense to you. Sentry. This is a character that's going to be in the Thunderbolts. I know absolutely nothing about Sentry. I have no idea. I know he's a Superman-like character. He's going to be the main villain or one of the main characters in the Thunderbolts. But so this doesn't whelm. Oh, I'm not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed.
It's Bill Pullman's son.
Oh, you thought you recognized the face or something or the name?
I was like, Pullman. That's Bill Pullman's son.
There you go. There we go. Oh, the new Falcon. Falcon's going to be in there.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, if Captain America's going to be there, of course, Falcon's got to be there. I wonder if they're going to do the on your left joke ever again. And then Johnny Storm, Fantastic Four. Of course.
Yeah.
So, boom, another Thunderbolt.
I'm saying he cracks me up. So.
David Harbour, Red Guardian. I just want to see. Now I'm hopeful. Now we already got him on the Thunderbolts fanboying over Bucky. But what is Captain America? Well, now the current Captain America. What is he gonna say when he comes up to him with all those lies about I went 1-on-1 with Captain America and stuff like that? I wonder if Sam's gonna be like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're lying. M'Baku, of course, M'Baku. And I'm sure a bunch of the Wakandans are gonna be there. Maybe not Lupita Nyong'o, but.
What about from
Walking Dead? I'm hoping.
Yeah, I love her.
Bald-headed demon. I'm hoping she's there. From the Thunderbolts here, Ghost. She was the main bad guy from Ant-Man 2. Ghost. So yeah, pretty much like spoiling all
Loki.
Of course. That's a surprise for you. You didn't. I mean, the way. What's it? Again, it's still gonna make me question about if Kang is gonna be mentioned again. If they tied that up, and is it that Doctor Doom is going to figure out that his plan can't work unless he takes out Loki? I think Loki is going to be the main thing. The fact that Loki and Thor is going to be in it is going to be interesting. The fact that he now sees that somehow his brother was able to, through the multiverse, survive. Technically not the same brother that he had, but
I'm a big Patrick Stewart fan. So.
But you haven't seen those X-Men movies.
I don't care. I love him from Star Trek.
You saw him play
Captain
Professor
Jean-Luc Picard.
You saw him play the character in Multiverse of Madness, but you haven't gotten the full extent of what these two men were like to when they were together. We are the future, Charles, not them. That like the whole dynamic between Magneto and they were. That's. You gotta feel it. You're not there yet. We will do our first time watching. I will get Joy to do her homework because, like I said, this is probably wasted on you because you didn't see X2. The one of the best opening scenes of an X-Men movie was him tearing through the White House as Nightcrawler, and the fact that he's back is I mean I'm geeking out on it. I love it. And the original Mystique, not Jennifer Lawrence. Rebecca Romijn is back. So.
And we saw as well
I still have
her husband wearing the suit.
Yeah, but that was in Dallas, right? Was that Dallas?
No, that was in Houston this past year.
Was that in Comapalooza?
And what is his name? Barry.
Oh, speaking of Comapalooza, did I tell you I got a response? From I'll show. We'll go through the email and we'll see. I was thinking maybe I didn't know.
Wearing the suit, taking pictures with people for her. Like it's basically a freebie if you bought one for her. He'd sign stuff and take pictures.
Yeah, they were cool.
He was there.
Another gem of an announcement, totally over your head, wasted. You thinking that's the guy from Sonic?
I didn't watch Sonic, but I love James Marsden.
He's funny. We still never finished that other show that he was on. That jury.
And apparently, I hear good things about what he's currently in on Hulu, that Paradise with Sterling K. Brown. Like a presidential.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be really good.
There's your boy. Woo! Make a nigga. Are you gonna make a name?
Bon temps roulé.
Yeah, he gonna make a name for himself. So I want now. I'm curious how because I want to see the dynamic between Gambit and because I love one of the things about the old X-Men Fox movies was the back and forth between him and Wolverine, the jealousy over his wife and fighting over his wife. But and I know it doesn't have anything to do with like jealousy or anything. But I just want to see if he's supposed to be the Gambit from one of his universes, or maybe I don't know. I'm just hoping that they like it's not like a situation where it's like we didn't have a Gambit in our universe because they didn't use Gambit in those old X-Men movies. They only used Gambit in one of the Wolverine spinoffs, but that was a different actor. And if they got Channing Tatum, will they bring back that Gambit from that Wolverine movie? That would be funny. So I don't know. And then of course, Daddy. Pascal. Let's go. Pedro, Mr. Fantastic. But then they ended off with Robert Downey Jr. That's how it ended. At the very end, it was the last announcement was the one we all knew from the beginning. It was Robert Downey Jr. And I think the tagline was, everything leads to doom is what they said it. But I don't know. But I heard since then that there were some other announcements, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But that seems to be all that's revealed even in this article. Were there any more updates? Were there any more names related? Alan Cummings calls Marvel X2 X-Men United his film. Related. No, I don't see it. Yep. So far, no updates on here. I thought I heard that there were more. I think what people are talking about now is the people that weren't mentioned, like Spider-Man, and I'm like, those are a given. I'm like, who else is going to be mentioned? Nick Fury, obviously. Come on, Samuel L. Jackson is going to be in it. We know Spider-Man's going to be in it. Who else is obvious? Captain Marvel. What do you think?
I mean, we haven't seen her in a while, so.
I mean, if technically that end credit scene is technically the most important scene, end credit scene out of all of them, because it directly ties into the plot of what's going on with Doomsday and Secret Wars. That about the universes colliding. Doctor Strange. That wasn't mentioned here. So Doctor Strange is another one. Obviously, another character. We already talked about Black Widow. Doctor Strange. Scarlett Johansson, not Scarlett Johansson. Charlize Theron's character that was in the end of that third movie. Is she gonna make an appearance? So, Hugh Jackman, Henry Cavill. What do you think? Deadpool. Are they gonna come in?
Didn't see Blade. We
didn't see Mahershala Ali.
We didn't see.
Well, no, yeah. Well, he said there's only going to be one Blade. So
Jennifer Garner, Elektra.
Yeah. So there was a rumor that Ben Affleck might be convinced to do Matt. Before we end it off, let's tie it back into Daredevil. What do you think? Do you think Daredevil will make an appearance in either the movie, or will they just keep him street level? Will he make an? Will he be in Doomsday or Secret as Daredevil? I mean, fighting is the question. I would have said no, but the fact that he was featured in Spider-Man, and he keeps throwing that line out. Mm-hmm. I'm a really good lawyer. So it's like, are they just only going to have him like just coming up? Just to throw that line out, or are they finally? I feel like they have to end it with him, even if it's just to beat up a similar street level villain in a certain scenario. He just flies out one of those portals out of nowhere, and then another huge pop. Like, oh my god! Now he's wearing the suit. He's on the big screen. Matt Murdock, and it would tie into that I feel like there has to be some pop out surprises, because otherwise, yeah, there always are.
Right, you don't want to know all of it. We want to be in the theater and go, "Oh my god, I did it!"
And Matt Murdock showing up in Spider-Man was a surprise all on its own, but him coming out in the suit would, I think, because people are still always asking it. But I feel like for it to be big, I feel like the Defender, like all of his friends, his street level friends, the Netflix friends, I feel like they're all gonna probably pop out, and maybe at the exact same time. The Defenders will fight some, I don't know, will come out of a portal or something, and it'll blow everybody's mind because everybody's thinking it's not gonna happen. Because all those actors are like, no, they haven't. Marvel hasn't called me. No, it's not happening. I feel like that's another big setup lie. I think that's another what's his name, Andrew Garfield lie. That's gonna be at the very end. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, all of them. They're just gonna pop out for like 10 seconds.
They're certainly not gonna tell Tom Holland because he spills the beans.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, yeah, Venom's Tom Hardy. Venom, is he gonna be? What do you think? Madam Web, Craven. What do you think? Morbius, are they coming?
All to what? Just tick people off?
to get ended. But yeah, for Matt Murdock and them to knock him out and get rid of him. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Matt Murdock and all the Netflix. They're gonna get rid of all the sucky Sony characters and be like, they're gone. But I guess that's the last question I have for you. What about Andrew Garfield and them?
I mean, I'd love to see them again, of course.
The Spider-Man come back, a little repeat. Would you rather them come back in Secret Wars or an Avengers movie, or would you rather? I feel like it makes sense for them to come out in Secret Wars, because then they'll say like, "Is this that band you were a part of? That Avengers? Is this that?" I want that joke to come back. I want them to say something like, is this that? It's your band, right? Like, no, it's not a band. I want that joke back. But I think that would be kind of funny. I don't know.
I said, Brianna, you got a comment?
Oh, okay. All right. Before we go, let's see what we got here. Brianna, Jasmine, what's going on? Brianna says, how long is Doomsday going to be? I think 3 hours is what they said. The cast is stacked. I hope we get enough time with everyone. I heard 3 hours. I think the runtime was revealed. I think they said 3 hours is what I heard. But it's probably going to be a 5-hour movie. Yes, 5 hours, and I'm going to be there. No bathroom breaks. I'm going to hold it. I'm just going to sweat it out. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Guys, let us know what you think about the whole this whole thing, the revelations. If there was more names that I forgot, put it in the box. Let me know what cast members that I didn't mention that wasn't on this article. I'm looking forward to Doomsday, and I think Secret Wars, as much as people are going to be like, it's too stacked, it's too much. I think Secret Wars that's what Secret Wars is about. It's a multiverse, explosions all over the place. So I think it's going to be a huge, crazy.
They better not, Brianna.
She
said they're going to do a part 1 and a part 2.
Technically, that is what Doomsday and Secret Wars is. They're directly connected. It's just like Infinity War and Endgame was. It's obvious. I think Doomsday is going to end, and it's going to obviously be its own contained one movie, just the way Infinity War was. But it's going to be like a 5 years later kind of a thing. The events of Doomsday is going to lead into the events in Secret Wars. But no, technically it is part 1, part 2. But I don't know. But yeah, that would be funny. Doomsday part 1, Doomsday part 2. But no, they wouldn't. I don't think they'll do that. I think Secret Wars is the part 2. But if they were going to do that, they would have announced it by now. Because if they do that, all these characters might come back in Doomsday Part 2. Like, oh, come on. I think people would get kind of mad. I would kind of get pissed off.
It said they broke a record. 275 million views for that.
For those chairs?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. Okay.
Marvel record.
And we're talking about it, so it worked. So that's the question. Was it brilliant or lame? I guess it was. If they broke records, I guess it was brilliant. People just didn't like the rollout. But, hey.
But you watched it.
But you all binged it. You all were on the edge of your seat. Chair watch. Counting down the 12-minute. The 12-minute clock up on the bottom of the lower third or whatever, ticking away, drooling over that name. Give me my name. Give me my name. Give me. I like Daniel.
For me.
Yeah, that's why y'all were all just drooling over all those. Let's see what else I got. Here we go.
Spicy Bat Daddy.
Yeah, that's what y'all were saying. Y'all were all, every time another chair came out, y'all were like,
I like that.
Yeah. So But again, what else can you expect, man? It's
Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel. Guys, let us know what you guys think. Put it in the box below. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I want to thank Brianna. I want to thank Garuda Legends for talking with us in the chat. You guys, like I said, if you see anything out there on social media, I don't care what it is, tag us, and we will shout you out right here on the show. Let us know what you want to talk about. Let me double check, make sure I didn't miss anything before I dip out. No, was there anything we were tagged in? Nope. But shout out to Patrick Chirico, who did tag us in something, but he's just giving us just a regular shout out, but nothing in general, just for so to help us boost our TikTok presence. So I appreciate him as always. So go follow Patrick Chirico at sdaggers02 on X. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching this latest episode of Talking to the Me's. We will be back on Saturday when we talk about some more entertainment news and some trending topics. Until then, guys, hit us up, like, subscribe, follow us on all social media, hit us up on our podcast, and just let's keep talking, guys. Have a good one and enjoy. Oh, before I go, if they want to find you online, where can they do so?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
My baby, I'm so fragile, so fragile. She's so sleepy. She's so tired, guys. It's been a rough day. I'm gonna make my honey some soup, and we're gonna take it easy. Till next time, guys. Peace. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a Patreon. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking.